All right, guys, welcome back for another video. In today's video, I want to cover the topic of the head and shoulders formation in the markets. And right now, I'm looking at Bitcoin price action from a few years ago. This is actually December 2019. I just chose this because it is a perfect textbook example of a head and shoulders pattern. In this case, an inverted head and shoulders pattern. This is very similar to the Wyckoff accumulation pattern that we covered previously. Um, Now, there's a lot of things in common. One major thing in common here, in the case of an inverted head and shoulders, is that you need to see this formation coming off a very severe downtrend, because again, it is a reversal pattern. So you want to see this downtrend, which we have here. Um, and then there's another key distinction on volume that isn't necessarily there with Wyckoff. Um, on the head and shoulders pattern, what you want to see is well, first off, you want to identify your left shoulder, your head, and then your right shoulder. And what you want to see is a trend of declining volume from shoulder to head to shoulder. So you see this downtrend, and then the volume peaks at the left hand shoulder, and then you get a bounce up into some area of inefficiency right here, and then a retrace down, creating a lower low, forming the head right there on lower volume, and then a bounce up, and then some sort of retrace, forming a higher low here, also on lower volume. And you can mark off this level here, whether you want to use a trend line like this, or you want to go off, say, looking at the previous high on the daily and look at that. Both are valid. I mean, it's different perspectives, but ultimately, what you do want to see is you do want to see that volume peak, or the volume start to come in, breaking this declining volume formation. And in this case, we do see that volume coming in on the break up here. So you do have a confirmed head and shoulders. Sometimes this will offer the opportunity to add risk on a retest. So there's a lot of different ways to, frame an entry around here. You could do it immediately on the break of the high, or a retest. I think the best option is usually to use some type of combination of all of them, just because, sometimes you won't get a retest, sometimes you do. So it's good to incorporate, different entry strategies, and that's going to be unique for everybody. There's no one cookie cutter, one size fits all approach for everybody. Um, anyway, I hope you guys like this video. If you like this type of content, please just make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next upload.